Welcome once again to the Bodero channel. On the show, I've captioned the life of the AfroPro. On this show, I interview African professionals in diaspora who have risked it all to make a meaningful life for themselves, their family, society, and the country at large. Today, I will be talking to people who I call unsung heroes, people who have sacrificed it all and gone through the mill to make a meaningful life. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, share, and I'll be glad if you can leave in your comment or referral to somebody you might want us to also interview to share the experience for others to also benefit from it. Today, I'm privileged to have with me Mr. Thomas Boache. Mr. Thomas Boache is a social worker with the federal government. Mr. Thomas Boache, thanks for having you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boachi. Also, we are all Boachi. So,
Thank you.
it
Thank you
is
for your time.
yeah. First and foremost, I will say thank you very much for inviting me to the show. It is an honor, and I really appreciate that very much. And I'm very happy and glad to have you in my life as one of my best friends. And
Thank you.
we met during the days in Lagos, and we have continued our friendship to date, and it's going to continue like that.
Sure. Thank you.
I was born in Sechere
Okay.
It's in Ejura Sechere in Ashanti region of Ghana, West Africa.
Okay.
That was where my mom comes from, and my dad is from another town close, which is Enyinesu. And I started off my life in Sechere. I went through the basic education in Sechere
Okay.
in the early 90s, and no light from the beginning. And somewhere around, I think when I was in junior high school, JSS 1 or 2, and I got the privilege to get light for the first time, thanks to the MP at that time. It's
Interesting.
called Boachiansa. Okay.
Okay.
And I got light, and I started studying through the light at that time at the Suchedumase Presby School. And I passed my BC. I had aggregate 12. Okay. And to get that grade from the village it means a lot. Okay. And I did apply. I have to be very honest. I got admission from Prempeh College, but due to financial issues and some of the admission prospectus and requirements, I was not able to fulfill that. So I have to let that one go. But I went to Asanteman Senior High School, and I did business for 3 years. And also I was very successful with my high school education, and I got admission to University of Ghana, Lagos. And that's where I met you at
Sure.
Commonwealth 4. And
Yeah.
we became Vandas.
Exactly.
So in Commonwealth 4, it was an amazing experience with boys from different backgrounds across the country to share different diverse views for years. And somewhere around 2011, I was going on my way to lectures one day, and I met this gentleman. He was doing the diversity visa lottery.
Okay.
And he was virtually or technically or actually like pleading, begging me, hey, play it. Who knows?
You never know.
Yeah. I was like, man, I'm busy. I'm going to lectures. I don't have time. This guy followed me, from Commonwealth 4 to linguistics department. Okay.
Wow. Then he was
And
persistent.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I finally just feel like, okay, hey, I'm gonna play it. So I filled out the form. He took a picture of me, and then I went to my lectures. About a year later, I got a call from this same gentleman. Hey, you won the DV lottery. I was like, are you kidding me? Okay.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, yes, indeed, you won it. So do you want to meet me so I can prove it to you?
Wow.
And I said like, oh, sure, let's have some time. So I met him at the Accra Mall. Okay. And he showed me everything. That, oh yeah, indeed I won. So then I started preparation to migrate to the United States.
Okay.
And there was no family member here in the US. It was all by myself. But I met a Ghanaian by name Seydou Jima. You
Okay, so Chancellor, before you go into that, I don't want
right,
to cut you, but it means that you had no intention of migrating to the US. It was just mere coincidence that you met this guy, and then this guy
exactly.
introduced you to this thing. You
It,
entered, and fortunately for you, you won.
once, one touch.
So in all your life, you had no intention to travel abroad.
I will say that I I had an intention to travel to abroad.
Okay.
Actually, when I was in high school, I was always dreaming about going to United States. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
In
Okay. So it means that the intention was there, but as at the
right.
time the gentleman met you, it was not
No,
something that you had planned for.
yeah. I
Okay.
didn't make any preparation towards that. Okay.
Okay.
Let me tell you something funny. When I was in high school in Asante,
Mm-hmm.
in all my exercise books, I'll write 1B1 to 2B1 to
Mm-hmm.
3B1, from 3B1 to Legon, from
Mm-hmm.
Legon to the US. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it was a dream. It was a
Exactly.
dream. Okay.
But
Okay. That's good.
about a year ago, my senior brother, actually took a picture of that and showed to
Okay.
me that, do you remember you wrote this? I said like,
Wow.
oh yeah,
That's a
interesting.
dream
This is
come true.
exactly. So somehow it's like coincidence plus dream comes true. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
So
So
I
and now you can move to your life story when you
yes,
finally got to the US.
yes. So when I came to the US, I like I said earlier on, my I I don't have any family here initially. So uh I had to communicate through other people to connect me to someone. And
Okay.
then I met this man and his
Mm-hmm.
wife.
Yeah.
They are Muslims, very mature women, very decent, righteous people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They don't know me anywhere in their life before. Okay.
Okay.
But they openly accepted me to come and live with them. Okay.
Okay.
And I lived with them for almost 2 years. Okay.
Okay.
No
So
issue.
so so let me get this straight. Once you got
Go
in here, you got a good Samaritan to live with. So for your first 2 years in the US, you live with these people.
exactly.
Okay.
And it was so amazing. This this man is like a rare mentor to me in real life.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll forever be grateful to him for that opportunity that he showed to me. Okay. I'm a Christian, he's a Muslim, but he opened his door to me. He showed me the other side of Muslim that I was not aware about initially. And
Okay.
it was like a light that showed to me and it changed my view and everything. Okay. And he motivated me, work, you're young, go to school. So like, yeah, I'm gonna go to school. And then somewhere along the line, I was in downtown 2012 going
Mm-hmm.
for Obama's second inauguration
Okay.
for the, and then I met this military officer. Her name is Ashley Harris. He's African American lady.
Okay.
So started talking. She was interested in me, and I was also interested in her. And we went on a date and all that. So she knew my background, that I'm a
Mm.
university student and all that.
Yeah.
And she motivated me to go back to school. Okay.
Okay,
And I
so the motivation to go back to school was from this lady.
yeah, this lady,
Okay,
yes.
so
Yeah.
let me take you back a little bit. So
Uh-huh.
prior to meeting this lady, what were you doing for a living?
Trust me, I started off doing my first job.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for my green card to come, so I was
Okay.
washing car.
Mm-hmm.
I was washing car, and then I was doing housekeeping.
Okay.
Well, for a living at that time.
Okay.
And then before I met this lady, at that time I had my green card, so I was able to get a customer service job with
Okay.
TJ Maxx.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then she motivated me. I think it's more has to do with her status in the military.
Okay.
Okay, as a someone who is a commander, she
Mm-hmm.
also want to see that someone that she's dating
That's
is
nice.
also
Also, yeah.
exactly. So when she saw my status that I have a degree from Africa,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing that she did was she coordinated with me to evaluate my transcript through the
Okay.
WES,
Mm-hmm.
the World Education Service in New York.
Yeah.
And then after that, she searched for school. He was actively involved to help me find school, and we found Howard University. So
Okay.
I, I got admission into Howard University School of Social Work for my
Okay.
master's
Okay.
in 2014. Okay. And she was very supportive.
Okay.
Okay. Everything was going well. And when I was doing my master's, I have to also work at the same time, full-time work,
Of course.
and then full-time student.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I have to do internship 20 hours a week.
Wow.
So for two
That's
years,
crazy. Yeah.
for 3 years, I
Mm-hmm.
did not have social life. Okay. And it blew up my relationship with that lady.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting. The same lady who helped you and
Exactly.
introduced you to the school.
Yes. I was not getting time to spend time with her on that because she wanted me to come. She's living in Richmond, Virginia, and I'm in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Okay. It's 2 hours apart. Okay.
Yeah.
And sometimes she want me to come, like leave school, come, let's go out, go have fun, let's go to Ocean City, let's go
Mm-hmm.
to Virginia Beach, let's go to Miami Beach. And I'm a full-time student. I have to work full-time and I have to do internship. There's no time left. So eventually, I think she did not understand the circumstances at that time. So she decided to just move on with me.
Wow.
But I didn't give up. Okay. Because at that time I know that it's sacrifice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to change my environment and
Okay.
everything that I'm doing, I think one of the ways is school. So if I'm already in school, then I have to sacrifice 2 years of my life to become someone else. So 2 years, no social life. It's all about
Interesting.
school, study, work, internship, sleep. That's
Wow.
it.
That's a crazy routine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I made it 2 years. After 2 years, I graduated successfully with good GPA, and I started off my work with a nonprofit.
Okay.
Uh, I I worked there for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I transitioned into the government. Okay,
Okay.
there I
So
started.
yes, so you've given us a brief
Mm-hmm,
details about your life getting
mm-hmm,
into America,
mm-hmm,
going through the hustle. And I
mm-hmm.
think that is a point that people need to get that once you
Correct.
get in, it's not all that rosy. You just
Mm-hmm,
have to go through some phases in life before you can get to wherever you want to get to. But I want to ask
absolutely.
this one.
Mm-hmm,
With all these distractions, um,
mm-hmm,
for instance, losing your social life and
mm-hmm,
then you having to go through hustle. whilst you are
Mm-hmm.
schooling.
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to stay focused on your career? Because I think I remember you did social work back in Legon, and you
It's
wanted
all
to
it was
pen.
sociology.
Oh, it was sociology. Okay, so you did
Mm-hmm.
sociology in Legon, and you diverted from sociology to social work.
Social work, yes.
Okay, how did
Mm-hmm.
that come about? Looking at beyond the distractions and everything, how were you able to stay focused on that
Mm.
career?
So let me tell you one secret again. Actually, let me remind you the
Okay.
vision.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I said when I was in high school, in
Mm-hmm.
my exercise book, I
Okay.
wrote 1B1 to 2B1 to 3B1 to
Mm-hmm.
Lagos to the US. That was the vision.
Okay.
Okay. So when I came to the US,
Mm-hmm.
I had another vision.
Okay.
Okay. That I'm gonna transition also. Like I'm staying with someone when I came. So I also transition I made a plan that okay, 6 month time after I finish school, I'm transitioning, be
Okay.
independent. Okay.
Okay.
Have work for nonprofit. From nonprofit, work for the government. From there, I get married. I have my house, have my children. I
Mm-hmm.
live my life. So that is the motivation. Okay.
Okay. So if I
So
understand you clearly, it means that you had a plan
exactly.
and you make sure that you stick with the plan to the end.
Ex- Exactly. And
Okay.
how do I do that? It's all about focus. Avoid distractions. Okay.
Mhm.
Trust me, there are so many great things in this country.
Yeah.
Okay. That can cause distraction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But if you determined
Mm-hmm.
that this is what I want to do, you put your mind into it, any distraction that comes your way, you just push it aside and just continue to focus on what you really intend to do. And
Okay.
you keep pushing. Okay. Hard times are going to come. Okay.
Sure.
And struggles are going to come,
Mm-hmm.
which to me is normal. Okay.
Yeah.
Because life without struggles, life without hard times, okay, it's not life. Okay.
Exactly.
Mhm. So sometimes too, in order to succeed in life, it's also about your ability to embrace circumstances like this, and then you merge it with the good times. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
And that is the summary of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That
Okay.
is the summary of life.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So the next question I want to ask is so how has your cultural background influenced your way of life in the US?
Good.
Has it been a point that you recall that had it not been the fact that you were having this kind of background, whether a
Mhm.
resilient background or some kind of
Mhm.
training that you've went through back in Ghana, you wouldn't have
Mhm.
sailed through those kind of troubles that you went through whilst you were here. Do you have such experiences to share with us?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. So somewhere along the line when I was young, I think that my mom and dad had a divorce. When I was, I think, 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
Okay, the incident happened. So after the divorce, I was under the care of my mom. I
Okay.
was raised. I was raised by a single mom, and you know how how life is. If you are under the care of one single mom, it's
Mm-hmm.
very tough Asante woman.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
and,
Yeah.
and she is very strict with routine
Mm-hmm.
and guidelines. Okay, regards to schoolwork,
Okay.
regards to social life, regards to church and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Okay, she will make sure that you do everything accordingly, and then when you messed up, you get
Mm-hmm.
the punishment due. Okay, so that is that upbringing. Okay, and then I transitioned to high school. And then when you go to high school and you're in the boarding house, okay, you know that strict orderliness in the
Mm-hmm.
boarding house, the
Okay.
rules, time to go to bed, time to go to dining, time for studies, and time for everything. Okay. So you have that kind of pattern that is being put in you, okay,
Mm-hmm.
from your mom then to the high school. So when you go to Legon, that kind of pattern still rings in your mind,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
And then when you are in the US, okay, since you have that beginning, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of guide you and coach you that okay, now that you're by yourself,
Yeah.
if you follow the same pattern, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be practical for you. Things are going to be rare for you, and things are going to move forward for you. Okay,
Okay.
so it is that guideline that I got from my mom and
Okay.
also from the high school that's helped me transition through the university and then through the US and everything went well.
Okay.
The-
Thank you
and
for sharing. My next question before we end this session, my next question
mhm,
is that how do you envision that the influence of African professionals in diaspora will impact life back
mhm,
home in Africa? What are
mhm,
some of the things that you think we should change as a
good,
people with your experience that you've had in the past?
good. See, one thing that I know about America in general,
Yeah.
okay, that if you work hard, you make it. If
Oh,
you work smart, you make it. Okay. And it is that kind of value that America instill into every immigrant,
mhm.
okay, that shape them and bring success to them in their real life. Okay.
Okay.
And bringing that kind of work hard, work smart back home. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. How is that going to be positive for African development and success?
Yeah.
Okay. At the same time, we have to also recognize the problem. Okay. Um, when you are coming from outside now, it's
Mhm.
like you used to be there in
Yeah.
Africa, and
Yeah.
then you moved to
The US.
America,
Hmm.
and now you are coming back with a whole set of experience that the people are not familiar with.
Hmm.
Okay. So when you're bringing this experience in, the first thing that you are going to deal with is acceptance.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever you are bringing, how are the people going to accept you? Okay. And this it's more has to do with how do I sell this experience to the people so that they will accept it because this
Hmm.
experience is practical, it's real.
Yeah.
Okay. If you bring this kind of American work experience to Ghana,
Hmm.
is going to be a successful one.
Hmm.
So how do we convince people to get it? I know people in the past have attempted. Some have not been successful. I
Hmm.
remember this doctor was who helped create Google or
Hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
He met same challenges. Okay,
Hmm.
I think that he was not given the chance to bring the entire experience that he got from the US to
Yeah.
help the development of Ghana. So
Hmm.
the problem now here is you bring new experience
Hmm.
versus dealing with some resistance
Hmm.
back home.
Change
And
always comes with resistance. Yeah.
yeah,
Nobody
and
wants
how
change. Yeah. People,
yes,
we are as humans, we are always comfortable with our usual
hmm
routine. Yeah.
yeah. So my advice to every African immigrant who have plans to go back home
Hmm.
is that prepare for backlash,
Hmm.
prepare for resistance.
Okay.
Okay, and put it in your mind that those days are going to come, and how do you deal with it, and how do you overcome it?
Yeah.
Okay, do not let those resistance discourage you
Hmm.
for doing what you need to do. Okay,
Okay.
because I believe most of the times people give up in the process when they meet those kind of obstacles,
Hmm. Hmm.
and because of that, uh, uh, since we are still stranded in one way or the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
my advice:
Hmm.
don't give up, keep pushing.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes you have to double down. because
Mm-hmm.
you know what you're bringing. You know
Exactly.
it's real. You know it's practical. You know
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna work. Okay, so push, push, double down, double down, double down, and you'll get there.
Okay.
That's my advice.
Okay. Thank you for that advice. Finally, I'll ask this question.
Hmm.
Is there anything that along the line you
Hmm.
think you have regretted that you did or did not do? That if you are given a second chance, or if you are supposed to choose a certain path, you will do better. Is there anything like that you want to share?
Good question. Okay, you know, talent is very, very important. Okay.
Mhm.
When I was in primary school, I was very, very good in arts,
Okay.
drawing.
Mhm.
Okay. Just give me any project, I will handle it so well. Uh, when I was in the primary school, almost all the arts in the school, I
Mhm.
created all of that. Okay.
Wow.
But somewhere along the line, when I was progressing in my education, I
Mhm.
didn't get anybody to actually,
Nurture
uh,
you.
yeah, lecture me that, oh, this is what you're good at. So
Mhm.
focus on that. Okay.
Okay.
I wish when I was in high school, I
Mm.
was a visual arts
Visual
student
art student. Okay.
instead of business student. Okay.
Mhm.
I wish that I went to vocational school to
Okay.
actually specialize in
And
visual
your skill.
arts.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wish that when I came to the United States with my visual arts skills so that
Mhm.
I can be doing more sculptures, arts, and
Mhm.
everything because
Mhm.
that is something in me. Okay. And if I am to go back to painting, I think I
Okay.
was going to go with my dream of becoming an artist. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm still working on that because
Mhm.
I've had a
It's not. It's
reflection.
not late. It's not too late.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
you can still
absolutely.
develop it.
Yes. I think it's something that is really missing in Ghana education, academic advisors. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Students are not getting academic advisors to
Mhm.
tell them where they are very good at,
Mhm.
where they can realize their full
Yeah.
potential.
Potentials. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one great thing about life is to do
Mhm.
things that you enjoy doing and then
Exactly.
you making money out of it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's the best thing that you can ever have.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that the Ghana education is missing that component. And I don't want to make this sound like a criticism,
Mhm.
but I want it to be like a recommendation for
Okay.
each school to have at least 2 or 3 academic advisors
Yeah.
to speak to students,
Yeah.
okay, where they are good at. Because, hey, in every civilization, okay, you need the technical and the vocational skills people
Mm.
to hold it up. We call
Exactly.
it the blue collar workers here in the
Yeah.
US. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very important. I think that our education in Ghana is so much focused. Like if you're in high school, your next
Mhm.
thought is go to the university.
Yeah.
Few people are thinking of technical and vocational school. But
Mhm. Mhm.
for me, if I am to go back again, I'm not going to think about university. To be very honest, I'm
Mm.
going to think about technical and vocational education and work on myself.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
what I'll
Yeah.
say.
Thank you very much
Mhm,
for sharing these insights and
mhm,
experience with us. I think our viewers will be very
mhm.
excited and will learn a lot from the experiences that you've shared.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are very glad that you joined us, and we're hoping that maybe subsequently we'll do part two of this so we can share more light on other experiences that you've had. Thank you very much,
Great.
Chancellor.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to meet with you and have a conversation with you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks so much for sticking with us. Until I come your way in the next episode, keep your dream alive, keep pushing, and you surely get there.